And the scene is set just as Ulric and Madelain are leaving the palace, being left alone by the guard. Madelain has expressed her nervousness, and Ulric has commended her on her ability to hide their emotions as they walk out of the palace gates.
So, I hope you did not mind that I took the word. You know, I was a little, well, to be honest, I was only nervous when she seemed affronted by our missing gift, so to say. But I hope you did not mind that I just tried to excuse in the best way I could think of.
You played your hand extremely well, milady.
Oh, thank you. I try my best. We all must. We all must in this. Well, well, we have just begun to see the problems that will come from this, but at least we are off to a good start. I suppose.
I believe we are doing quite well as of right now. I still need to meet a few people. I would be most honored if you were to accompany me on some of these visits. You are most esteemed.
She looks at him as he says that. I hate to say it, but I know. She says as she smiles at you, a little playful as she says. I know. I know. But tell me one thing. She says very low. What of our senior? Do we have any? I have. I visited that place. Have I told you about that?
I shall talk with him, and he seems a bit annoyed that the subject has shifted to this, but he
No, but
goes on anyway.
he says I visited his. Well, the only place of business we know of. It is indeed a brothel, and yes, he does have at least one ghoul that is concerned, shall we say. I do not know what we would do this, but
Keep an eye on it for now. I may not, well, hopefully we will not have to end Orsini's life. It will not be what I wish to do. Only if he absolutely refuses to cooperate in every aspect. Hopefully that is not the case. I intend to put him under the oath first and see how he fares. If even the oath cannot bind him, then we will do what we must. I care little for what he attempts to do to push back. If he attempts, however, to keep contesting our clan's will, then we shall deal with him with extreme prejudice.
I leave it
But
in your capable hands, as she just says as she but I will look at it. This cannot be his
thank
only
you.
place of business, but I will look into it when I have the chance. Although with that ghoul around, I think I cannot get too much of, you know, look up the locale, so to say. But yeah, it is of little concern at the moment. We have other things to worry about.
Indeed we do. But tell me, what have you been doing these past nights? Surely something worthy of your bearing. Uh,
I do my normal things as I do in the night. And
mm,
also, I see to, things here and there. Make sure that certain people are taken care of and looked out for.
well, I'm glad to see you are doing well for yourself, at the very least.
Well, to be
If
honest,
I may assist you in any aspects, it would be my pleasure.
yes, it would. She just says, she looks at you again, smiling. It would be your very most pleasure,
While
but
I hope it would be your pleasure to assist me, at the very least. He doesn't seem offended, more than he seems like he's pushing back a little bit.
well, I'm sure. I'm sure that she, um, as they're walking, after a little while, Madeleine will just. So, is it so that I can? Do you intend to follow me all the way home, or?
My lady, I did say I'd walk you all the way home. Again, he kind of wraps his arm around you. This is more or less the same situation as last night, where it was down your hip again.
Well, I would not say that where I live at the moment is probably not a place where we would be completely to our own, shall we say. Yeah, I do not live alone in that sense. So, just
Uh,
I like to be close to my mortal contacts, so to say. Means all the more eyes during the day to make sure that no harm comes to you. I like that comfort.
well then, if I may, as he seems to turn you around on a dime and is holding, is almost leaning over you a bit, almost like your back is stretched back a little bit, almost like a very how to say it, almost like one of those dances, where he's leaning over you, but not to the same extreme. Would you do me an honor of residing with me for the evening?
So, Ulric, what of your nightly vows? What will they say? If I did not know better, I would say you were to fall to perversion or conduct that does not befit a knight. She just puts a single finger just on your cheek, like so. And she just puts it. She'll just remove it and smiles quite deeply or quite widely as she just looks at you.
I believe our very specific and unique situation isn't quite covered by my vows. I don't know if Ulric's spells actually do cover that, so we'll see. He took lightning vows, not religious ones, funnily enough. So,
Assume, well, maybe I will. And she begins to walk with him.
I believe you deserve far better than to be living with the boorish fools. And presumably she lives at a church, right? A chapel or something? A
Nope.
nunnery? Nope. Ah, okay.
Not that you know of, but
Not that he
there
knows
are
of,
there are
no.
churches, but She's not hinted at living in church.
Okay, sorry, I thought she did.
Do I?
Then yeah, he'll say,
I cannot truly say that I would find a better place to live than where I live now. To be honest, as I had said before, although you try your very very stubborn best to assure me that I am indeed the lady, I do not consider myself a lady or noble, and I do quite firmly belong where I live.
I would I'd not dare let my lady come to harm from anyone, from anywhere.
It is not harm I'm thinking of. That is not where I choose to live, where I live.
He looks at
There's
you a
quite
bit
a
curiously.
there is quite a few reasons why I would live where I live. And no, they're not things I will tell you. Not now, at least. Maybe, maybe, maybe if you are very chivalrous, maybe.
Well, you're in safe hands with me.
Hmm. You can tell that she's thinking a little now. She seems to not quiet down, but she seems to be thinking for a couple of like for a little while as they're walking, a couple of minutes, 4 minutes maybe, where she doesn't say too much, and she no, it's right. You know that you have people around that area of the city, and I have people around another area of the city. We cannot stay in the same place, and much of my work is conducted in that part of the city. So it is much easier for me to be there, to live there.
One day I may hope then that we may not be so different. As he kind of caresses your cheek slightly with his hand.
Hmm. That is going to take a lot of work, but
Hmm.
well, nothing is impossible. But no, I am not made that well. There are certain things that would have to happen, but as they're beginning to enter the better parts of town, the quarter where Ulric is living.
Yeah, you're beginning to near Ulric's Haven.
I said, well, the smell is still better, and I suppose some of these buildings are a bit more impressive, but yeah, still. Mm. She looks around some of the buildings, and it is pleasant enough here, I suppose. A little too quiet, but oh well.
He looks slightly serious for a moment. It is just that you deserve so much better. You are as an angel descended from heaven, and yet you are residing in areas not befitting of you at all.
She looks at you. Oh, there is flattery. There is a tongue that can sing a bit behind that stoic vision of yourself. She says, she smiles and just leans close into you and just she's very close to to Aldrich's face as she just please can it sing some more?
Ulric hesitates for a moment and says, I am no minstrel, but I suppose I could sing you a song.
No, that's well. I appreciate that. Just
He's
I
obviously
was
joking with you, by the way.
yeah. Oh, well, I was going to settle for a compliment, but now you owe me a song as well. Well, I will be so gracious that you can accompany someone who sings. I'm guessing that if you are in the temple order, you will probably not be selected for your singing voice as the first trait. He smiles. She. But so tell me, one of the which one of these really impressive buildings, or maybe someone else besides
He
the.
just points to and just says that one and points to Aurora. It's not too different from some of the other noble houses, but is quite spacious and
Hmm.
nice. Obviously, give me one moment. Just so I can get a proper description of what it might look like. Oh yes, quite lovely, quite large, quite spacious. There's actual proper furnishings, tables. There's colour to this room. That as you enter, there's yes, coloured fabric. This is of course unusual, as most colour is literally
It's just as you.
designated for the nobility only.
I mean, the playful way she's been. She's been most of the times in your company, not always, but most of the time. As the two of them approaches the building, she just looks, and she just so it is actually. Do you want me to? Well, she looks, and as you get in, you can tell that Madelain quiets down, and she's looking around, and she's taking in this place, and she just goes around, looks, and picks up things, looks. Wow, you were noble indeed, I must say. There are some things here I never thought I'd see.
These ladies, it's rude to stare as he holds you by the chin again.
So, this is your plan to seduce me? Hmm? Show me all this fine. But you'll be like, but tell me, where do you sleep? Do you sleep? And she'll just look around a bit. I mean, I don't know. Is there windows in here?
Yes, there are actual windows again. It's not just a cut-out square in stone or wood. No, he heads down. He points downwards. There's a door that leads to a basement. Still a very nice area, actually. In fact, this is perhaps the nicest area of them all. Very dark, though. There's still some light, however. Candle-lit torches. Mood lighting, as it were, at best. Although you get the sense that that wasn't in there. It's not necessarily the purpose, more than it's just to simply have some light in a windowless, dark room.
Wow.
Nonetheless, there's a bedchamber and some desks, and there appears to be another what seems to be both, well, interestingly, both a bedroom and yet also a study.
Mm. She looks a bit around. She doesn't say anything to begin with. So, I'm assuming you spend quite a lot of time down here. It looks like a place that one could get many things done without walking too long. Get up, go in, write
Yes, but I
letters.
would still leave for you.
She smiles at him again and says, "So, there is still some time before the sun rises." She looks. She walks over to him, looks at him. "So, are you? This is quite nicely done of you. This is probably the last time to say something if you have any concerns about your vows. If you have some that would be, shall we say, compromised."
Let me roll something more than it is hilariously a stupid, corny line roll. If he fails this, I'm going to say it because it is pretty funny. No, he succeeds. He doesn't say it. Oh no, he can't see my dice. Oh,
Doesn't count.
there you go.
Yeah.
Um,
Just out of character, what would he have said?
no. He said you'd be the one compromised. um, that aside, he does not actually say that. But instead, he says his concern very much remains with you.
Hmm. Well, then
You notice he's nudging you closer towards the bed.
yeah. As you say that my concern is with you or remains with you, she'll just say, "Then let us lay those concerns to rest, shall we?" And she will move in to begin to essentially make out with Ulric. And after a little while, she'll just part with, "Oh, still concerned?"
He still says he has some to bear, and he just begins re-kissing you again.
Hmm. After a little while, Lady Madelain will drag the useless corpse of no. She will begin to move over to the bed, and yeah, she will. Events happen, things go, and at some point, the two of them will fall asleep. Where is it?
And that is where we shall end the scene with Ulric and Madelain in each other's arms
Fair enough.
as the sun rises.